Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Unclubbable podcast. I am your host, Mr. Toast Notifier, Hayden, and we have here with us Taco Tank, Gabriel, and we may or may
Hello.
not have hello. We may or may not have a third host in the form of one Mr. Lachlan, not Ethan, because he's still working. He's doing that pretty much
He's
24/7
doing
at
the
this point.
grind, getting the
He's
bread.
getting
Yeah.
the bread. So yeah, we're probably gonna have a third person on. I'm pretty sure they might be having dinner or something right now, so we'll see in a bit. But yeah, got some stuff to talk about today. Unlike last time where we just sort of winged it after looking at news articles, and then I looked at a news article while talking, which is a bad idea.
Imagine that. Imagine winging it.
Imagine winging it. Imagine being cool.
Imagine having wings and flying away from your problems.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
Uh,
So to start off,
anyway,
I'm gonna start off with some bad news, some real sad news as well. There was a Minecraft YouTuber, Technoblade, a really big Minecraft YouTuber who recently passed away from cancer, and he was probably one of the few like really good Minecraft YouTubers. Like I
what
actually watched a few videos and be like, yeah, pretty good stuff.
is that true? I didn't hear
Yep.
about that.
Yeah,
Like I
it was
didn't.
2 days ago that it happened.
Oh my. Okay. I mean I didn't really watch a lot of Technoblade. I feel like we should have spent more time together. I should have watched more of his content.
Mm.
I didn't watch a lot of. I never really watched a lot of Minecraft videos in general. I didn't play a lot of Minecraft. Yeah, no, but I've heard he was like, yeah, a very big influence in today's society. So
Mm.
that's tough.
He's very much the opposite of all the rest of the Minecraft YouTubers. Like there's Minecraft YouTubers that just pander to their audience
Mm.
because if their audience goes, "Hey, you said the word retard, I'm going to kill you." And it's like, "Well, he's lost like all of
It's
his fans because you said a bad word."
like Morty. I'm not making fun of the differently abled. I'm just stating the fact. If I used this artifact, I would have become retarded.
Yeah.
You can't just say that, Rick.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty
let's
much.
not let's not go there. That was
Let's
last
not go
week's
back
topic.
into Rick and Morty.
That was last week's topic. Yeah, no, well, no, that's a bit disappointing, but
Hmm.
I'm sure there'll be a funeral service. It might be a live stream or something. YouTube, I'm sure. I don't
I
know if
hope
that's already
I
happened.
hope this like already
That'd be so
there's like a Minecraft tribute, like there's like in Minecraft
cool.
there's like
Yeah.
a tribute to him already. I'll actually have a look to see what it is.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
I'll pay attention to what you say this time.
that's cool. Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, I didn't hear a lot of news about Technoblade. I just heard he's so cool, he's so big, like YouTuber.
Yeah,
Uh, he's
he
like,
was from what I've seen he's just very good. Oh,
was he
that's
the?
what oh, it's on the like the Java edition launcher. There's
Oh yeah.
there's a pig that's got a crown on, which is the same crown that he had on his pig avatar.
Oh,
That's cool. That's a nice fitting little tribute.
yeah, that's cool. Um, yeah. Well, another little interesting, I suppose, thing we could, kind of discuss is D&D. That's a pretty big topic from what I kind of understand. That it really ties
Yeah.
into Stranger Things season 4. Cough, cough. We won't talk about that in case any of you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, well,
Yeah. Thankfully, we're moving on from that really sad topic.
yeah, well, Toast Notifier and I have been, we've just started a couple campaigns of D&D because we thought
Mm.
we'd like kind of try it out. I had some friends who wanted to try it. We've always wanted to try it.
Yeah,
Heard it's a
we
very
have a whole group of about. Hang on, I'll actually check to see exactly how many people
exactly.
are in the
I want
group.
to say roughly 11, but then I'll feel bad if I'm wrong because
So
there might
one,
be more than that,
two,
and I'm not
three,
counting.
4, 5, 6,
Just
7,
intuition
8,
here.
9, 10, 11, 12 people. Nearly. Excluding you,
12. I
there's
was close,
11.
so I forgot
Excluding
someone.
you,
Oh,
there's
thank
11.
thank goodness. Okay, because I didn't forget any, but I forgot myself. Okay. Oh well. Yes. Well, we got a
Yeah,
group of 12.
group of
It's
12.
it's a
It should really be two groups of 6 each, but
Yeah, maybe it's a little
Because
chaotic, but I kind
there
of like
was
it that way.
the first session we did was I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the mine one. It was a
No,
different
that
one.
was so. Oh, the dragon egg. We wanted to intercept.
Yeah,
We wanted to
there's a
make a
bunch of
trade.
like
Get a dragon egg.
dragon-based campaign things. Yeah, intercept a trade
Yep.
to plant a bug on a merchant, and then also get a dragon egg as well. It's
Yep,
supposed to
and
be like
return it. Yeah.
15 minutes to half an hour, and it took us about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do it.
Yeah. This was our first campaign. We really want to milk it.
It took us
Uh,
like 4 hours to get our characters sorted as well. So
yeah. Making the characters that
mm,
took a while.
yeah,
There's a lot of options for that, and diversity, I suppose, of the different races, different classes, and then just to top it off, you can give your character a backstory. You could have been like a spy, which means you got extra stealth skills, or
yeah,
you
you could
could
be
know
like
extra languages.
you could be rogue, druid, paladin, all that sort of stuff. And it's
Mm,
extremely amazing because all you need is a phone, and that's it. A phone and a dice.
yeah. I always thought you played with like a board because in Stranger Things they have like a board with little
Mm,
figurines and they move along.
yeah,
So I always thought you played.
that's when
That's
you
like
want
that.
to spend money and have like as like a family thing when you want to like be able to see what's going on properly. Although
Yeah, and you want to like
thankfully
dress up
a lot
as
of
a
us are
character.
able to like we don't need that sort of stuff because we're just like all right, whatever my brain's thinking of, it's probably what that is.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then they
We
also
also haven't been
yeah
dressing up as our characters
we also get
yet. But
photo references of like the villains, not villains, but like the goblins and orcs and all that. So we get to see a little bit of what's going on, so we can get
yeah,
an aim for what the aesthetic of it all is. So
mm. It's definitely very much an imagination game, though. I really love the creative aspect because you can do
mm,
whatever you want, even if it completely doesn't relate to the quest at all. That's mostly what my character's been doing. Because
yeah,
well,
you
I'm
threw
a
a rock at
level one.
you threw a rock at a bear. That's you threw a rock at
Yeah,
a bear
yeah, it
just
was a
for fun.
man. It
It
was
turned out to
fun.
be a man, and that
After
man
failing to chop down a tree.
may or may not have had relations with that man afterwards.
Yeah, as you can probably tell, it can get pretty interesting. But the
It can
only
get as serious and as stupid as you want it to. And
that's the yeah,
with our group that we have,
it's brilliant.
it's very like it's not serious unless it's something plot relevant. Plot relevancy, it's all right. The rest of it,
Mm. But that's
make
the
it up.
thing
Make it up. Just
in
mess
regards to
around.
plot relevancy. The only way my character is useful is combat. So this is my thing. I'm a half orc barbarian.
Mm.
Basically, all I can do, apart from having uh, an accidentally high level of intelligence from a random roll, which is kind of useless because I can't cast spells, just make quips during battle. But apart from my strength, I'm pretty much useless. So I've really been able to contribute nothing to the party. I'm not very stealthy. I'm not very perceptive. I don't have good survival skills. I can fight though. So
You can
I
fight. That is.
decided in order to be a valuable contribution to our team last round, I'd run into battle naked and push over a table onto a bugbear. I'm not sure if you knew this, but bugbears are. I didn't know this, but bugbears are very big. Bugbears are very strong, possibly a lot stronger than a half orc barbarian. Yeah, he didn't like that I pushed a bunch of cake and apples onto him, so he thought he'd throw the table to me. Uh, so I was stuck for 2 rounds, and I couldn't use my one valuable asset, which was my strength of my arm, because I was crushed by a table and
Mm,
occupied with that. Yeah,
yeah.
so maybe next time I'll pick another class, but I'm sure in battle,
So far, I haven't
barbarians
gotten
are.
into any combat apart from the second campaign we did, which was going
Oh
into
yeah.
like a little cave and saving. So like not saving, but like finding out what's going on in
Mm,
this like little cave area. And yeah,
yeah.
I
There
missed
was
a
a
lot.
bugbear.
I missed a lot. That's where the bugbear was. I I missed like 3 people in the cave, and then tried to tie up someone, but tied them up so badly, I lost all my rope, threw all the rope onto them, and they just sort of looked at me weirdly, and then I tried to do it again, and then I fell onto them and tied myself up into them.
Because that's the thing. The majority of it is, I mean, a lot of it is based on chance. So, like, if you can roll a high enough number to get past your enemy's armor, then you can maybe have a shot at trying to deal damage. And the damage you deal is also based a lot on chance, unless you've got some points in that particular area. For example, strength. I've got a lot of points in strength as a barbarian. It's pretty much where all of my money's at. So, if I roll, I could possibly stab a goblin right the way through from the butt through the mouth in one hit. Which, I know that sounds oddly specific, but it's because it was my first and last kill so far, and it was glorious.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's as creative as the dungeon masters or master wants it to be. Which thankfully we have 2 dungeon masters that just riff whenever they can.
It's brilliant. It's just amazing. The energy. I would highly recommend it, even if you've never played like similar fantasy games or anything like that. It's just fun. And
if you've ever played Skyrim and thought there's just not enough creativity, which there usually is with Skyrim, it's very condensed, even though it's an open world game. It's like after you've done everything, then you go to the main story, and it's like, oh, I don't want to be this big deal person. I want to be like Jeff from accounting and just do accounting in the ye olde times. But you can just do that in Dungeons and Dragons, or you could be the big hero man who saves everyone. Or you could just be a dick.
You can just push over tables and run around naked, start bar fights and stuff. It's quite fun.
Yeah, you started a bar fight with Lachlan, actually.
One of the other members in our party,
who was a monk wizard or whatever. It was like a monk. A monk something, and you pretty much just had a bar fight, and then that was it.
We had to wash dishes. She was not the hostess, where she was not happy with us.
I wouldn't expect dishes
for a few hours.
To be like,
you'd think
straight up break
you
everything.
build a bar. I thought the whole point of bars was like to have fights. The bar. There's a bench for like when you're tired of fighting, and you can just sit there and have a beer. I thought that's why bars exist. Join this barbarian bloodline.
I'll be back in a second. Oh, I'm just gonna go close my door.
That's cool.
Oh, I can still talk to you about stuff. I'll just be far away.
Oh no, I had to have a glass of water. All this talking makes me thirsty.
Got water. Water.
Yeah. Fresh water from the wilderness, undomesticated water. Tastes best that way. Tastes best that way. Nature's gift from the heavens.
Like that Lady Gaga song.
That Lady Gaga song?
Yep.
I love that one. she released a new song, didn't she, for the Tom Cruise movie, Top Gun Maverick? Is that right? Yeah,
that's the one.
Okay, it is that one. Because I think I listened to it. I don't know. It's a very really different vibe.
I like it.
It's not bad. It's just a very different vibe to most of her songs.
Oh, definitely.
They're mostly like party like there's no tomorrow, and dress eccentrically.
Party rockers in the house tonight.
Yeah, until actually I like the songs from A Star Is Born, even though I haven't actually seen that film. Those are pretty good like cover songs. All The Shallows. That's a good song.
Yeah.
You see, that's one scene in the Scooby Doo movie. I just remember this Scooby and Shaggy. Simon Cowell comes into the restaurant they're in, and they start singing in The Shallow to Simon Cowell. And he's just like, that was horrible.
Film?
I don't know. It was good. Like I was kind of like, I'm not sure about this movie, and then Simon Cowell came in. I was like, yeah.
That's in the new one. Oh.
The new film. Not.
I thought you were talking about like the live action one. I'm like, that sounds just.
Imagine that. Like I don't know how many there are, but if Simon Cowell actually came in the live action Scooby Doo film. That would be amazing.
That sounds like a shitty Family Guy bit. To have
pretty
Simon
much.
Cowell in it. Is that
Yeah, it's a bit of a
is that
Family Guy
Scooby
move.
Doo film any good?
The new cartoon one, I don't remember a lot about it. I only really remember that there was Simon Cowell
I
and
mean,
Cerberus. That's
it's got
all I
Zac
really
Efron
remember.
as Fred.
Has it? I didn't actually check the
Oh,
cast.
that's one where it's
But
got like the weird police woman, and it's like everyone just edits the baby over backwards.
I don't know the latest Scooby Doo film. I didn't watch a lot of Scooby Doo
Scoob the baby.
generally as a what's it? Well, they made a fair few live action ones, but I don't really remember it's the animated one. Oh, 2020. It's just called. I think it's just called Scoob. Yeah,
Yes,
Scoob! Exclamation
Scoob,
mark.
Scoob,
Yep.
Scoob.
Scoob. PG, an hour and 33
Oh,
minutes.
please, my
2020.
friends call me Dick.
From only $2.99.
It's my favorite part of the whole film, and I haven't even seen it.
My boss, my boss doesn't like it when I call him Dick, especially when his name's Bob.
What?
Boom.
What?
It was just a bad dad joke I saw somewhere. That just
I don't understand. That's how bad it
because
is.
I'm just gonna leave that one. So yeah.
No, what does that mean?
Oh well, like because his name's not Richard. Like normally that's what Dick's short for. Or
Call in, call
unless you're
in.
short.
You said call in
You calling
sick.
your boss? No, I said my boss doesn't like it when I call him Dick, especially when that's not his name.
Oh,
Ha
I thought you
ha
said.
ha
I thought you said
ha.
doesn't like when I call in sick, but I thought.
Oh, well, he doesn't like that either. Trust me. Like you can lose your job very easily just for calling in sick. It can happen, especially when you're a surgeon. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
weird because you're working with sick people. You'd think they'd understand sick. Like, what if I'm having heart surgery right now?
What if you were a
You know?
skateboarder and you called in sick? They just see you
No,
at the skate
seriously, like,
park.
someone's going to do surgery on the surgeon, right? Perform surgery on yourself.
I don't
Sounds
think you
difficult.
perform surgery on people that have like the sniffles, Gabe.
No, but like, I mean, like a different kind of
Comes in
sickness.
blowing
Like,
his
oh,
nose,
your
they just
heart
throw him
stops.
onto a medical table and just start pulling out his
Oh,
nose.
yeah, but
Just pull
according
out
to
all the
the Google
cartilage.
definition of sick, I feel like sick is affected by physical or mental illness. I feel like a physical illness could be like your heart stopped working. It's just a very serious physical illness.
Yeah, that sounds like a physical illness.
It's like, vomiting. If you're vomiting blood, you might need surgery. It just depends. I don't know. I've never had to vomit blood so far, thankfully.
Neither have I. Is
Let's
that like one of the parts in life that we all go
no. I
through? Is it like
think
tonsillitis
it's
or
a it's a symptom of surgery or something.
tonsillitis and heart failure are one and the same?
Wait, here we go. What does sick mean slang? Cool or excellent? Imagine that your teacher just like gives you an A plus, just says sick.
I'm pretty
This is
sure
excellent.
teachers have said that and will continue to
Uh,
say that. I'm pretty sure there's
yeah,
a teacher that's going to say
science
that
teachers.
this work was pretty pog. So
That's so that's so hip.
that
That's just I
that's
love
so
teachers that are
hip.
hip. I love hip teachers that are cool and
What
sick.
about pelvis teachers? No?
Aren't they just
Okay.
yoga teachers? Yoga teachers? No, the same
Yeah,
thing. No?
true.
Teaching you.
Is that all you see women as? Is just hip
I
teachers?
didn't say it was a women teacher. I said a yoga teacher. That could be a man.
Yeah.
Never specifically said. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I've committed the bad.
you've committed the sexist. You are now going to be hashtag cancelled. You're going to be
Hashtag
hashtag
cancelled.
cancelled on episode 2 of our podcast.
No.
This
Alright,
is a
time to log off of Twitter.
hashtag disappointment.
No. No, I've got to log off of
Oh no!
Twitter.
I linked my
No.
Twitter and YouTube account again. Not
Again.
again.
Oh no, I have to stop using Twitter. Such a punishment.
Um,
Imagine
well,
if that was a punishment in hell is you can't use Twitter. I'd go to hell straight away.
that would be a pain. You'd feel like it'd just be fun because they can't touch you. Actually, unless the person you're tweeting against is also there with you, in which case it's like the worst case scenario. Yeah, that'd be disappointing.
Yeah, probably.
So any cool games you've been playing lately?
Cool games I've been playing
We can discuss
lately.
cool games to be discussed.
Blade and Sorcery, just a shit ton of VR games, pretty much.
Lots of VR.
Yeah. Like,
Sick.
yeah, I've been playing Blade and Sorcery a lot. I've played 22 hours of Blade and Sorcery in the past month, which
Ooh,
is
must
like
be a good game.
I usually just play
I
it an
don't
hour
have
every day I
VR.
can. So
Oh
like
yeah.
today I played it for about an hour and a bit.
So what kind of game is Blade and Sorcery?
Essentially, it's medieval VR with like, well,
Oh,
it's like Skyrim VR, except it's just like a fighting game. It's pretty much
okay. Yeah,
like an arena fighting game.
I've seen some footage of the game. It looks pretty cool. Is there a story or anything? Or is it mostly
Um,
just, you know what, kill some people
it's pretty much just
in
kill some
first
people.
person?
There's sort of a story mode, but not really. It's like a you basically just hunt for crystals in one mode, and then there's another one which is called dungeon, which is pretty much you just go through a place, kill as many people, and then finish the level. I'm pretty sure. I haven't played the
Huh.
dungeon bit because that's in a bit of the game that I haven't. It's a part of the newest update, which I have to opt in, and I've downloaded a bunch of mods and stuff for a different one. So yeah,
Cool. Huh.
yeah, the
Gotta
newest
say
one
that actually
is.
kind of sounds.
Go
Huh.
ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say, it kind of sounds like my life as a drug addict. You know, just like hunt for crystals, kill people. Except it's socially acceptable and play through VR.
Oh, there's also just like a
Sounds
regular
good.
sandbox mode where you can just go to a certain place and then like spawn in waves of enemies and just commit atrocities pretty much.
That isn't that. Let's be honest, guys. Isn't that the main reason we have video games?
Yeah,
Is
it's
to commit
just
atrocities and get away with it.
yeah,
It's fun.
it's to
It's actually
commit
fun.
literal war crimes and just be like,
You know,
just another day at the office.
it's a it's a healthy way. It's a healthy way to get out your anger. That's all.
Yeah,
That's what video games are for.
true.
Yeah,
Also, there's a shit ton of mods you
blades
can
and
get for it.
sorcery. Oh yeah,
What mods do I have
mods are always
downloaded
good as
right
well.
now? So look, gonna go to my mods folder. I have bend time, which is just you just stop time. There's like a slow
Oh yeah.
motion that you can do, but this one's like it just completely stops time. Um, an avatar framework, so just being able to import custom avatars. Better
Oh yeah.
dismemberment because the
Better dismemberment.
regular dismemberment's really hard to do with like most weapons. Spider-Man
Ah,
climbing, which is you just grab onto a wall and you can climb up it. The Outer Rim, which is the
I
Star Wars one, where it's just got a shit ton of lightsabers and blasters and all that.
I think I saw some footage of that. Yeah.
Mm. And then there's what's that one called? It's called Totta in my files, but I can't remember what it is. But basically, that one's just got
Chop
the
chop.
only reason I have that is because it's got a crossbow in it, like a handheld crossbow. And then
Oh
I've
yeah.
got wings, which just lets
Cool.
you fly around. And
We should
I
fly
actually
around.
downloaded
Have a
another
fight.
mod somewhere, but I think it's just disappeared.
The mods disappeared. No mods.
No mods.
Oh well, yeah. No, I haven't done a lot of games lately. To be honest, I've been playing mostly Terraria ever since ever since that the latest Terraria update. I think it might have been the last big update, or the 1.4 update. And I don't know any Terrarians, listening to this podcast right now. I'm sure you know about the new Master mode, which is like Expert mode, except even more difficult. So it's like, hey, you want to mine a block of dirt? First, you got to fight the slime. Oh, the slime kills you. You have no armor. You still have armor. Oh, cool, you got armor. The slime still killed you.
No armor.
It's it's very no armor. It's yeah, it's rewarding sort of if you like spicy food and you just generally a masochist, then you might enjoy master mode. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it sounds
You know,
like it.
it is more rewarding for whatever you do because it kind of has to be. I mean, it's suffering, it's pain, but it is fun. It's
Sounds
quite fun.
like it. Sounds fun.
Mm. I think that they've added a new thing into Terraria which didn't exist back in my day when I played 1.3, a couple of years ago. Um, and so when you die, monsters can actually take your gold if you're playing on soft core. In medium core, obviously, I'm sure again you Terraria players, but in medium core you
Mm.
lose your items. Some of your items are really sad. I don't think any normal person actually plays them. I'm pretty sure. Um, Hardcore, you die forever. Softcore, you lose money. And in the new update, if you lose your money, take it, but you can track it down on the map. There'll just be a picture of a coin. I only learned this recently. That's why I think it's really cool because you can just track them down, kill them, and take your money back. And I enjoy doing that, even though sometimes I keep dying trying to get to the monster.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still quite frustrating. But you never rage quit because you're like, okay, if I quit, my money's gone. So you got to keep playing, and that's how it hooks you in. That's how you get 575.8 hours of gameplay on Steam.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is my most played game still. Skyrim's a close second, 434. This is still about 120 hours above that.
Mm,
So it's only because I got it before Skyrim.
yeah, I tried Terraria. It's alright. It's just
Eh,
the
not
way
maybe
I've been
not for
playing
everyone.
it is with people who just sort of they just go at it, and I'm like,
Oh,
all
you're
right,
just like
I
you're just like so you need to do this next. I don't even know how to make a crafting table.
yeah, and then there's like someone who just grabs all of like their OP stuff and then just kills like a boss in 2 seconds, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I love playing the game.
It's like watching a movie, except it's
Yeah,
2D and
except there's an
pixelated.
illusion of actual gameplay. It's like Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Have you heard of that game?
The Rapture.
Every
No,
no, it's
no, I
called
don't know the game. Oh, the game's called
Everybody. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture computer game. That's the one. Basically, it's from 2015. Jeez, that was a while ago now.
Oh yeah.
That's nearly
Oh,
that's 7 years ago. Jesus. Um, basically, it's just like a walking simulator sort of thing.
right. Walking simulator for those who cannot walk, or those who are just you just want to stay in your game. You care.
Yeah, it's basically you just walk around. You walk around a level or you walk around the game. You don't interact with anything, or if you do, it's very limited. And then
Okay. Wow.
you pretty much just experience a story by looking around everything, which is a good way to
That's
do
nice.
it if you do it right. Like one of the games that I played recently, Paratopic, which came out, I can't remember when it came out on Xbox. I played it on Xbox.
Mm,
But it's Paratopic is basically like, hey, Silent Hill and like PlayStation 1 titles and all that? It's pretty
yeah.
much just it's got the same art style where it's like really blocky stuff and like really blocky artwork and all like
Right.
weird PS1 era stuff. But
Oh,
it's
spices things up.
extremely creepy.
Yeah, I
Like
feel like that's what I was gonna say. Is PS the only time it can kind of be relevant now, apart from all the old classic PlayStation One games, is
it's
if it were to
currently
be
three
make things
dollars
kind of
eighty on
creepy.
Steam for anyone wondering.
Because it does make things look kind of
And
creepy.
it's
Like
July 8th. I
honestly,
might get it. I might get it.
honestly, just playing the Spider-Man 2. Oh, this was an Xbox game, but just playing the Spider-Man 2 game is kind of scary. Just looking at people's faces as you swing
Mm.
through New York, and some lady yells at you like, "We're gonna lose it, pal," and
I might actually
you
download
look.
that in a second. I've got my PS2 emulator still on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was a PlayStation 2 game as well back then.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
it's definitely a PS2 game.
Sick.
I think my favorite Spider-Man game that I've played is the Spider-Man 3 for the PS2. which
Oh
was like
yeah.
it was like the Spider-Man 2 game. It was just like slightly better.
Yeah, I almost finished the Spider-Man 2 game on Xbox a couple of years ago. It would have been one of the first games I actually played. But it's the last level, and I wasn't really a pro gamer back then. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was Doctor Octopus had like big tentacles and tentacles through you, stab dying. It was the last level, so it's crazy.
Are you right there, Gabe? Is it right if you just came closer to the mic a little bit?
Oh yeah, sure. Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah, so Spider-Man. Menace.
Yeah, so I also I'm just trying to look for games that I've been playing recently. Actually, for the channel, I've been playing a lot of Halo 3 ODST. I think recently I've just been playing nothing but that, getting footage for
Oh
that
yeah.
for the first proper video on the channel that isn't a podcast. Which, spoiler alert, is going to be at least 25 minutes long.
Okay.
Because I may or may not have gone a bit too into it. I've written nearly
At least
3,000
25.
words and it's not finished yet. On a
So
scale
is it
of
a
1 to 10 being finished, it's about an 8 or a 9.
oh, sweet. Get key? Is it kind of like a story sort of thing? That's because you said you're writing it.
Oh,
You're
I'm
gonna
just
be
I'm writing
doing
a
it in the
script
game.
for just for like a video essay sort of thing. Like just explaining why I
Ah,
really like the game.
okay.
And I'm pretty much just doing what we used to do for like English class. Like I've got 3 main themes that it's got, like 3 main thematic contexts, and then
Ah,
just pretty much just showing how those just really make the game
sweet.
amazing. Like being the
There's
well, I think it's my second favorite Halo game, but it's my favorite in terms of atmosphere. I think my
cool.
absolute favorite is probably Halo 3 or Reach. I'm not sure which one
Yeah.
yet. I need to play through the both of them back to back to see which one I like more.
Yeah, Halo's something I really haven't done a lot since, again, same Xbox where I had the Spider-Man game
Well, you
a
should get
few
it. It's
years ago. I had Halo 1 and 2.
the Master Chief Collection's on sale right now. It's for $20, like all of it. All 6
Oh,
games are for $20 right now. Whereas
wow.
it would be like $50
Steam?
after July 8th. Yeah.
Is that Steam?
Yeah, Steam. I've got 5 friends
Oh,
who want
okay,
this
cool.
game right now. I actually got it for free off of
Definitely.
Steam for some reason. Like I got it
Wait,
on
which one?
I have it on Game Pass, and then it just sort of transferred over to Steam for some reason.
Wow, okay. That's, huh. I mean,
Hmm.
that kind of is good. I mean, like, you feel like a dedicated Halo player should, you deserve this.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But
don't know what that was for though. Like, because I didn't buy it or anything, and no one gifted it to me. So
you got a Game Pass. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
And then,
I got the
yeah,
Game
and Steam
Pass.
was just. Is that a thing? Can you?
I don't know.
You can say slurs.
What?
get, get the game.
I don't know. We should ask Lachlan. No.
Yeah, he'd know. The man who never got the N-word pass. But still. Hmm. No, don't worry. He not at this podcast. We don't. Not.
Yeah,
It's not
we don't
cool.
allow those words here.
Racism is bad. Yeah, no, we only allow positive feedback.
Spoken like a true racist.
Just in case,
Racism
just
is
in case you knew.
bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. But you
Racism
know
is
what's
not
worse?
very cash money. I think you said I was going to get cancelled.
It's like racism is bad, but you know what's worse? No, okay. Racism. That's what it was. That's the joke. Yeah. Well,
Sorry for all
actually,
the fart
racism
noises. I'm
is
sitting
all
up in my
bad.
chair.
Yeah.
It's actually really
No, I
dark right
haven't.
now.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
Mm.
The curtains.
We're currently recording this at 5:40 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
You were Aussie, yeah. If you didn't pick up on the accent,
No,
very
yeah, we
Aussie
didn't even
accent.
mention that in the
Now
last one, which was I thought
languages.
was pretty interesting.
Yeah. got a pet kangaroo in the backyard.
Yeah, I got a pet
Um,
kangaroo who's currently shitting. I don't know.
yeah, he's a boxer. He's been employed longer than I have.
Yeah, he's
Um,
a he's a boxer.
yeah, he fights all the drop bears. You know, they're such a pest.
Yeah.
He fends them off from our property. It's really good. Protects the dog. You know, the dog kind of just barks at them. It just kind of keeps barking. It just barks a lot. Dogs, you know. It's like dogs are just those people in, you know, action movies who kind of just yell, "Look out!" right before somebody dies.
Yeah, I
That's pretty
love
much
those where it's
dogs.
like, look out, and then the head just gets caved in. It's like, well, why didn't you push them out the way? Or
Yeah, Mantis, look out! After Mantis has knocked her head on the doorway. No, I thought the
Mantis,
antennas were.
look out! Just the
I find that
pause.
funny
He thought
because
about it, and then he still said it.
I find that funny because I think that's in Infinity War. He says that one of the Avengers like hits her in the face, but in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he's literally talking about like his own theory on why she has antennas, and it's specifically to prevent her from being decapitated if she tries to walk through a doorway that's too short, and she still gets hit in the head and knocks unconscious. Like her whole
I
superpower
mean, she didn't get
is to knock other
decapitated.
people unconscious. No, well, at least she didn't get decapitated, so it did serve its purpose.
Yeah.
Mm. Along with like mind reading and stuff. But like this is a way cooler power. Specificity is key. You don't have characters like Superman who are just too generic. You want to have anti door decapitation man
Yeah, there's
or
I
woman.
don't know what my problem is with Superman. Like, it's not the fact that he's had like one good film or two good films,
Yeah,
like back in the 80s, and then I think it's just because he's just a very boring character.
he is. Like I mean, I get like that. The arc. So he's kind of the caring hero slash savior. Like I can't be hurt, but I still got feelings. And I still got to care for people. But my responsibility. Like I can't love Lois Lane because
Yeah.
I got to protect the whole city because I love everybody.
Well, he
So,
does love Lois Lane. He's pretty much married to her in like most of the
well,
comics.
true, but he can't. I don't know.
That's
Can't live a
comics.
normal life.
Yeah.
Can't live a normal life with her because his responsibility. It's just a whole. With great power comes great electricity bills, sort of thing.
What?
I don't. I can't quite remember the quote, but
That's a dumb joke, but I love it. Great power comes great
something like
electricity
that.
bills.
Uh,
Amazing, amazing.
isn't that what Uncle Ben said to
Yes,
Peter? And no, there's like a
that's what
parallel.
Uncle Ben said to bloody what's his name, Clark Kent. That's what it was.
In the parallel universe version of Spider-Man where he didn't get ever bitten by the spider and Uncle Ben lived. Just Peter, with great power comes great electricity bills. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, you can't leave the light on in the car.
So he's just a regular
Just
uncle or
trust me.
like just regular father figure. Just
Yeah,
stop leaving the
yeah.
light on in the
Just
car, bro.
giving him general life tips. Like seriously, when you pay for your own power, no, you can't leave like the computer on installing that game overnight. It's just no. You by the end of it, you're paid more installing the game than you paid on the game. I worry about that sometimes. I'm like, when I move out, I wonder, like, am I just gonna like not use my computer? It's just gonna be
No,
too
I
much
think you probably use it. You just have to work more. Or work.
work. Again, another win for capitalism.
We bring up capitalism way too much. Like, as in, like, talking
It's
shit
just
about it.
amazing,
We're a part of it.
Yeah, that's
We have
true.
no say in it. So
We don't. We know. So all we can say is it's brilliant because that's all they've told us, right? Like that's all we know about it. So we might
stop,
as well go off that.
stop incriminating yourself. You're gonna get a knock at the door and get shot. You're gonna open the door
Uh,
just to a bullet.
just hoping the FBI is not listening to me right now through this mic. That not ideal.
Doesn't sound
Oh no,
ideal,
that means
does it?
the thing I said last week. It's all gonna come
Yeah.
back.
We enjoy
What were we talking?
capitalism. We
Yeah,
enjoy
that's right.
capitalism.
No, I'm a strong advocate
I'm a
of
strong,
capitalism.
confident,
Just in case
strong, confident
anyone
woman
was
who doesn't
wondering.
need no capitalism.
Yeah,
I mean,
just in case. Just in case my agents were wondering, no, I'm an advocate of this, and this is the only life I've ever known
This. Just
of this,
this.
how things are, and having to pay power bills. I think it keeps us um, subservient. Let's move on to something else. I don't know.
Talking.
So what were we just talking about before
What?
this?
Before
Spider Man.
rampant capitalism.
Spider Man. That's right.
Spider
Has everyone
Man.
seen Spider Man Far From Home? No, No Way Home. That's the one. You can't put a home in the title and not expect everyone to get confused. The amount of times I've mixed up the names, I feel like you could make it work for each one, like Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh, because they all come home to
Well,
his
in the second
dimension.
one, he's far from home because he's in Britain,
Yeah,
which
or he could
technically
be,
isn't far from home because Tom
or
Holland's British.
they could be far from home in another dimension. It just doesn't help. It's just confusing. Oh no, I liked Far From. No, No Way Home. See, that's
Yeah,
that's on
No
me.
Way Home was. I think it's probably the best Marvel film I've seen
Yeah.
because it does something completely different, and I don't think
Oh,
anything's gonna ever top it.
was
Like,
amazing.
apparently, apparently, Doctor Strange did more. Like, nowhere near topped it. So
Sorry, say that again. He did.
apparently,
He did
Doctor
more.
Strange did not top it at all. So
Oh, the new one.
yeah,
No way. No, they can't. Because this built. Well, this is something that built on from the films that we've loved for years without us even realizing. It
yeah,
just brought it back. It's amazing. I would never have expected. I think everyone's seen it. It was
yeah.
in the cinema.
It
We
was
were watching it,
amazing. Yeah, well, we weren't even in a
and
cinema. We were at a drive-in, which was.
oh, actually, no, I went to a cinema. I
Oh,
think
you went
I
to a
didn't come
cinema,
to that.
yeah.
Yeah, I went
Did
to a
you go to the
cinema,
drive-in? I
and
actually no, you
not.
didn't.
No, I didn't. I wasn't at that one, but I did. I've never been to a drive-in cinema. But I did go to the cinema, and when Andrew Garfield came out of the portal, and just everyone clapped at
Yeah.
at the same time, just a synchronized clap and
At the
cheer.
drive-in, there was like people honking their horns at that shit. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it was a universal experience.
Hmm.
It was a multiversal experience.
Oh, shut up.
I liked it. I did like Tobey Maguire. I was like, wow, that's
Yeah,
just
it looked like
amazing.
he put more effort into that role
Yeah,
than
than he had before.
anything. He played more into I thought he was going to die, to be honest.
That would be really sad. Yeah.
It would be really sad. I'm glad it didn't happen.
Imagine that they bring him back and it's just that's it. It's the end of.
Well, they could have done like, ooh, he's dead, but oh, he does it to help Tom Holland learn a lesson, but he already learnt that lesson, so
Yeah.
he got
Yeah, I thought the
stabbed.
ending was strange. Yeah, that's right. As soon as Spider
I
Man gets
loved the
stabbed.
ending. That was
Oh no,
amazing because he didn't get the ending that he wanted.
no,
He's not able to move
it's
on
sad.
with
Like Spider
MJ.
Man's normally a happy ending. This was just the worst. He got
Well, it
forgotten
wasn't
by
really it
everybody.
wasn't really like a
Like,
sad ending because it was like
um,
he's back to being neighborhood Spider-Man and he's not being hunted by everyone who exists.
it's true. Like apart from the fact that he got forgotten by everyone he'd ever known, which is kind of a lot of people's worst nightmare. It could have been worse. Like he could have been remembered by those who would kill him. At least he's still alive.
Yep. Or there could have
It
been
was pretty
like
sad.
6 billion different versions of the Green Goblin and Doc Ock just trying to kill Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Or
the
like
ending was
the Fantastic
strange. Yeah.
Four.
I thought there was a little not prelude into probably hopefully not another Venom film because I mean they're not doing so amazing in the Venom department. They're really not morbid right now.
Don't even mention Morbin right now,
Yeah,
bro.
so no, so I thought yeah, the ending was interesting if you watch past the credits. I'm not sure if you could have in the drive-in cinema. I'm not sure what happened with that,
Oh
but
no, we didn't. It got way too late.
yeah. Well, there's a little part of the Venom symbiote now in Tom Holland's universe.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it sounds
So
very interesting. Like
I
maybe we
feel
could
like
actually see a
this.
proper Venom in
I
that
f- hmm,
universe.
yeah,
So
I
is it
feel
is
like
it
this.
Tom Hardy's Venom or is it like just Venom, like the
No, it
Venom
is Tom
symbiote?
Hardy's. It's Tom Hardy's
It
one.
is
It's
Tom
not the
Hardy's,
not
yeah.
the not the other Eddie Brock one. Tobey Maguire. So
Oh,
he
that would have
dropped a
been
bit of
that
the
would have been
symbiote.
fucking hilarious if it was the Eddie Brock one from Tobey Maguire's.
No. Yeah, I feel like they have a way of making it work, though, as long as they acknowledge the what they're doing is exactly what it sounds like. But they left the symbiote there, and I'm thinking it feels like it's set up to be, so Tom's alone. He's in a dark spot. He's in a dark place right now. I feel like this is the perfect time for them to make him black suit Spidey and just do a film about that. That'd
Yeah,
be interesting.
he's had two black suits in in that first trilogy anyway. So
Oh yeah, no, true. That's. Oh, hang on. So it was the third film, wasn't it? Toby.
yeah,
Toby
the
got the
second
black one.
film he also had one. He had like
Oh,
the weird steampunky
any?
one.
Oh, sorry. That's right. I was sorry. I was thinking. So Toby Maguire had black suit. You're
Oh
right.
yeah,
And Tom Holland had. Yeah, Tom Holland had the Spider Noir suit, which was kind of cool. But I mean,
mm.
like, you know, not evil Spider-Man, anti-hero Spider-Man, edgy
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
The emo Spider Man,
Yeah,
the
that's
best
it. And
Spider Man.
the emo slash jazz Spider-Man.
Oh, that every time I watch every time I've watched that scene, I'm like, yeah, this is just amazing. This is just genius. Like, because everyone makes fun of it for being terribly done. It's like that's the point. He
Yeah,
thinks he's cool, but he's not. Like
this is the illusion of coolness.
there's like two shots. One of them of a woman who's like smiling at him and looking at him like he wants to, you know. And then there's another one of a woman who's just like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, and people are like, why are they showing two different things like that? It's like, because that's how people would react. One person might think it's hot, another one might think it's just weird.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
I guess that's it, though, isn't it?
But
As
the
a
rest of
as
it's
a
a bit weird, like the fact that they just put Venom in it for no reason, and then just wrote an
uh
entire arc based on the symbiote.
yeah. And who was that actor? I mean, I've never seen him in anywhere else. Or to be honest,
John, John,
John.
John
Let's see,
Stamos. I don't know.
Spider-Man. I think the only actor slash actress I've seen in other things was obviously Thomas Hayden Church, yes. James
Oh
Franco,
yeah,
Kirsten Dunst.
I'm so happy
Oh, no,
that he
there's a
was
couple
in
now
it,
that I think
even though
about
he wasn't actually in it. Like he was
it.
like that shot of him in the film. He wasn't able to actually do that shot, so they got like a shot from Spider-Man 3 to do it. Like they just
Oh
pretty much
yeah,
CGI'd around the Spider-Man 3 shot. Actually, is Thomas Hayden Church? Why didn't he want to do it? That's the problem.
yeah. I don't really know nothing
Thomas
about that.
Hayden Church. Oh,
I f-
he still looks like that. So yeah, I thought it would have been.
right. I forgot that same person. Bryce Dallas Howard. I forgot she was Grace. I'm sorry, not Grace. What's her name? Gwen Stacy. For a little bit, which is funny because she's obviously a big character in Amazing Spider-Man. No, but she's also no, I know her more from Jurassic World, the Jurassic World films, which, like, to be honest, I don't want to anger any Jurassic Park fans, but I never really like Jurassic World. Never really did it massively for me. I just feel like it. I mean, like, obviously Chris Pratt's he's good, he's funny, he's really good at Star Lord and the Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy, but it
Oh,
does
that's
as
another
a
bit of news recently because
bit of
Chris
news. Jurassic World,
Pratt. Oh no, just
no.
Chris Pratt in general. There's been a few things surrounding him for like the past year or two about him
Let's go.
going.
Not
Sure.
that one. Okay,
It's no.
a different one.
That he goes to a church that allegedly is very anti-LGBTQ plus.
Oh
Which
no, Chris Pratt.
yeah, I mean
Not
one
good.
well, it's very hard to rationalize that sort of thing or like try and find out exactly what because he might not think those things, but if he
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
then he'd probably just go to another one, and then it's. I'm gonna actually look this up for a second because it all started. I got reminded of it when I saw a tweet from GameSpot, which is a video game news publisher, which decided to talk about Chris Pratt, who's never been in a video game ever for some reason, and
Yeah, which is yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's very
Hmm. No,
yeah.
I was just thinking about because she's in Jurassic World. She's the last one, Dominion. Sorry, I don't know if Jurassic Park fans like you might really like it. No, I thought it was like kind of.
Wait, so you watched the new
Eh,
one?
I did watch the new one. Yeah, yeah.
Did you
I did
like it,
fall asleep
or
for I fell asleep for a little bit, to be honest. But then I got jumped awake because my heart did that weird thing where it just like, oh, panic, and you kind of jump awake. Uh, yeah, no, it was apart from falling asleep, it was alright toward the end. Like there was big dinosaurs and stuff, so that was sort of cool. Dinosaurs are cool. um, Although it was a bit, I think it's a bit cliche how they do the whole T Rex comes on top all the time, even though it's not the biggest. Like that's kind of gets annoying
hmm?
because it's always like the strongest one.
Yeah, well, it's like,
Except this,
what are we gonna do now?
like they get Indominus Rex, like it's been genetically modified to be better than the T Rex, and T Rex just kills it. It's like, yeah, no, T Rex wins. It is the skeleton that is featured on the front of every film. It's like the
Yeah.
same logo every time, just with slightly more detail added. But you know, it was sort of cool. There was a herbivore, the herbivore with the big claws, that kind of
Mm.
helped kill the whatever they call it, Giganotosaurus. I think it was the Giganotosaurus, the really big, the biggest land predator or something. See, the plot didn't really matter. It was more the dinosaur fights that was important.
Yeah, well, that's what
Um,
you'd really want to see from a Jurassic Park film is
pretty
dinosaur
much.
fights.
Yeah,
It's like
that's the
it's
part I
like how
liked
the
about.
Godzilla film had Godzilla in it for 12 minutes. Like
Yeah,
just
that's
like
not how
full
they
on
make it.
Godzilla, 12 minutes. That's it. But that's because they were
Yeah,
updating the lore of Godzilla for some reason.
yeah, just so you can enjoy
Mm.
12 minutes of Godzilla and just knowing who he is as a monster. And just it's just amazing. Really adds to the character development of the giant monster that's bringing about the apocalypse.
Hmm.
ah, but well, obviously Jeff Goldblum. They brought back all the old cast from the original
Yeah.
films.
Well,
That was
Jeff
pretty cool.
Goldblum's been in like he was in all three of the new ones, wasn't he? Or was he in the last two?
Oh,
Because I
I
know he
don't
was in the
think he was
second
in all.
one. He was in the second one.
I'll check the first cut. I don't remember him being in the first in just Jurassic World. No, he wasn't in that. But okay, the second
Hmm.
um Jurassic World
Yeah,
2
I've got
cast.
some stats
Yeah.
right now. So we've got 2015 Jurassic World 1 was the second highest grossing film of that year, which
Oh
was
wow.
it was
Okay.
it was overtaken by Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which makes sense. Like that entire return of Star
Yeah.
Wars was a big deal, and it just sort of just
Of
went
course.
straight past it. And then
Yeah.
2018, it was the third highest grossing film of all time, just behind Black Panther. Like I say only $50 million behind Black Panther,
So it got close.
which is
Got
like
close to my
over a
yearly
million
salary.
people buying like 3 tickets. Deadpool 2 got number 9 in 2018. I'm actually surprised.
I feel like that's yeah. Honestly, I feel like that should be higher.
Oh no,
That should be higher.
if it's like an R-rated film, I'm surprised that it even got in the top 10.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just that good. I just couldn't ignore it. The rating.
Mm,
The Deadpool 2 like made ratings equal. Got rights, but I looked up 2019 top 10 and I'm like, I don't remember the movie Old Town Road. I don't remember the movie Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Oh wait, I can't believe they're from 2019. I somehow feel like they should be older, which is weird. I feel like
You feel like they should
normally
be
you'd be saying,
older?
yeah.
No,
I feel like that. I want to
no.
feel like they're older than that. That's weird. I don't know why. Normally I'd want to say, but 2019 doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Huh? Maybe that's why I want to say they're
I
older.
still
Whereas
can't
I
believe
guess,
that the Rise of Skywalker and Endgame came out 3 years ago.
oh,
Well, the
see, I'm
Rise of
not doing the math
Skywalker is at the
here.
end of the year, but still.
Yeah, no, that's true. Oh, I thought
I like
Endgame was
how
toward.
the top three and bottom three highest grossing films of 2019 are Disney. And in the middle it's like
Oh
Sony
yeah.
Sony Pictures. Oh, Sony Pictures had Far From Home. That's right. I forgot that wasn't like a Disney sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Sony Pictures is actually the distributor of the Spider-Man films, while it's
Huh.
part of the MCU. I didn't know that. I thought it
Although I
was
feel
just
like,
like they just had their logo next to it.
let's see who
So in
directed.
reality, it's Disney, 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 Warner Bros, Disney, 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 Sony Pictures.
Okay. Oh, but John Watts did direct. John Watts is the director from Far From Home. He did direct Homecoming and sorry, from No Way Home. He did direct Far From Home and Homecoming. And apparently something called Peter's To-Do List. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah. I like how
Peter's
the only
To-Do
Warner
List
Brothers movie
exclusive
in the
clip.
highest grossing of 2019 was Joker, which I
Oh
fucking
yeah,
that's amazing.
that was an amazing film.
That was a really good film, and everyone was
I think
like,
we have talked
I
about
don't want to go watch it in cinemas because
it.
there's gonna be
There's-
people in with trilbies on getting angry." It's like, yeah, sure.
I remember that part, but
Mm.
it was cool. I think it's a step in the right direction for DC, who so far felt like has just been copying Marvel a little bit, and
Yeah,
then they
they
kind of thought, "Hey,
yeah. Have you
you know what?
seen the video which was Marvel films but using the DCEU release schedule, and they put like Batman or like what did they? Hang on, I'll put in um MCU with DCEU
Oh yeah,
movies. Hang on, there's a video on here somewhere. Sorry about the lack of talking. I'm trying to find the video.
that's cool." Searching
Uh,
very hard for something that for some valuable content here.
so,
I'm having a water.
where is it?
Come on, come back.
If MCU was like DCEU, yeah,
So MCU was like the DCU.
yeah. If MCU was like DCEU, I have to quickly mute that, and then I'll have a look. I'll see. I'll tell you the exact order that the films go in.
Right.
So yeah, it's like I find it extremely weird how they decided to go. They went Superman, then they went Batman, Wonder Woman, Doomsday, Lex Luthor, and then
Mm,
and then
the
they
order
went.
was just
Here's the
messy.
rest. 3 films. It's
Yeah,
done.
just do the
But
Justice League.
I mean, it wasn't really
Yeah,
done, but it was sort of like, here's everything, and in
and
between
they
they were
just
like,
kind of
hey, here's people that you don't know and won't appear in the next film,
yeah. It's like
and then
don't
they're
worry about
like,
character
hey,
arcs.
here's the only good film, which is the second Suicide Squad, the good
Oh
one.
yeah,
I
Mwah.
remember when that was announced, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be terrible," and then they just
Yeah,
see
because
directed by James Gunn, and they're like, "Oh no, it's gonna be good."
yeah, literally that was oh my gosh, literally me. I mean, it was crazy. Like I was watching the trailer and it looked different. Like there was so many characters. And they said there were going to be so many characters. He claimed it was going to be one of the biggest uh, sets he'd kind of worked on. One of the biggest. I don't know. I can't remember how exactly he stated it, but he just said it was going to be big. I
Mm,
was like, okay. I'm like, I trust this guy. Did both of the Guardians of the Galaxy films, which are two of the most comedic Marvel films they have, alongside
yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, so they started off the MCU with Captain America, and then they went to Captain America: Civil War straight away.
That sounds about right.
That
Yeah.
does sound about right, because even like it makes so much sense that they'd go, okay, Captain America, and then Captain America: Civil War, which has all of these different characters, and you have no clue who they are
Yeah.
or
And then
what
they
their
do,
motives are, and then they show
and
this
then just do
big
Avengers
twist at the
Endgame.
end, and you're like, that doesn't make any sense, and then
Yeah, and then they just go straight to Avengers Endgame to
I
bring the rest of the characters in.
hang on, which one? What do they do next?
Wouldn't it be that if you got like, Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, the Justice League? I feel like it would be Captain America, Civil War, Endgame.
Oh no, they put the unreleased one, Thunderbolts, or like the not
The
unreleased.
worm?
It's like a it's basically, you know, Thunderbolt Ross, like the Hulk villain dude, like the old
No, I
military dude.
don't know that one. No.
You'll know him. You'll see
Oh,
him.
actually, hang on. He from the Hulk. Isn't he just the main, almost like the main antagonist? He's just that. Yeah,
He's the
okay, the
dickish one.
military
He's the
dude. Yeah,
one that's in like he was in Civil War for a bit and then Endgame for a bit
United
when
States military
Rhodes
officer.
basically
Yeah,
just
no,
told him to
okay.
fuck off. Yeah,
Right, he's Betty's
it's
dad. That's
basically a
right.
team that he sets up with Juggernaut, Crossbones, the Red Hulk, and Deadpool and all that. Basically, just puts them in. It's like, okay, here's all these people that we have no clue who they are, and they just get thrown in for no reason.
Hmm. Fun.
And
That sounds, yeah.
then
That's the
afterwards
thing.
is
DC's
Thor in place of Wonder Woman.
the thing that makes me kind of sad though is that right now it feels like Marvel is kind of joining DC in that weird rush to just kind of make superhero films. Like
Yeah,
Thanos was the purple sticky stuff that kind of held the MCU together, and
yeah,
then
because
when he
yeah, the
died,
MCU they had so much stuff going on with the MCU. Like they didn't really plan it too much. Like
no,
they knew
but
where
they
they
made it
wanted
work.
to go, and they knew where they wanted to start.
Yeah, but once
And
you've kind of thrown in the villain who has access to the six stones that altogether collectively create the universe, I feel like if you defeat that guy, then what else is there apart from other universes?
well, it did
You know,
end. It
Doctor
did
Strange,
end like the
multiverse.
story of Iron Man, like of Tony Stark, and
Oh
also
yeah, so that was a
Captain
big
America as well. But then there's
yeah.
just all these other characters who haven't gotten as much screen time and or character development as them, and that yet they're still not doing any of that.
Yeah, they're
Like
just killing
even with
off.
like what the only thing they're doing is with the TV shows. Like only just now we're getting like actual character out of Hawkeye, apart from ooh my family died.
Mm. Yeah, but
Rip.
even then, I mean, Hawkeye seemed kind of like I don't really like many of the shows to be honest,
I would
but
have
some of
liked a
them are
show
cool.
about Ronan, like as like when Hawkeye was like just killing people, and then he's like starts to
Oh
get really
yeah,
shitty and
I
all that.
just didn't really like the Hawkeye show. I mean, I can't. It sounds bad to say that because I didn't finish watching it. I watched an episode and then I decided I didn't like it.
Mm.
So I liked WandaVision because of how different it was, and then at the end it was kind of like, ah, this is just I don't know. It's
Like the
cool.
phases of the MCU right now. There's three phases in the Infinity Saga, and what do you think the next saga's called afterwards?
Hmm.
It's
Phase
called
four
it's called Post Infinity Saga. So it's just the aftermath, pretty much.
after Infinity.
It hasn't even gotten its own name yet, and yet we're already 3 years into it.
Post post
Or like
Infinity.
no,
That
we're
doesn't.
2 years into it.
That's the thing is Marvel's too big to just stop, but I don't think they. It doesn't seem like they really know where they're going apart from other universes, really. And that
Hmm.
doesn't fix a lot. That just makes you sad because, and it kind of gives you that. Oh no, there's just too much. It's like in
Hmm.
Skyrim
Oh,
when
you're
you
talking
like,
about
do I
John
go to
Watts.
this?
He's going to be directing the new Fantastic
Hmm?
Four.
He
Well,
is. That's confirmed.
Never mind. He's
No.
stepped
What?
down from it in April 2022.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, as long as they're still making a new Fantastic Four,
Oh my
are they
god! Do you know
making
how many TV series there are?
about Fantastic Four?
No, about just the television, like just Disney Plus TV shows, like right
Oh
now,
no, I didn't know. How? Let me
like
guess.
ones that are coming
Well,
out that have been announced and coming out.
probably like 15.
So right now there's WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel. Oh, and She-Hulk as well, which are
Oh,
ones that are
She-Hulk. Mm.
currently coming out this year. Well, apparently there's going to be an untitled Halloween special happening in October, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy special in 2022 or December.
Guardians of the Galaxy special.
Yeah, there's going to be a holiday special apparently.
Oh
There's
wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 series so far,
Well, I'd
with
rather watch that.
4 afterwards that we haven't gotten any. There's going to be the Armor Wars. Uh,
Armor Wars.
I That's doesn't. Oh, okay. So it's basically just it's like a Rhodey like the Tony Stark, like Stark Tech stuff goes, I don't know, people steal it, I guess.
Oh yeah,
And then Rhodey's
stealing
got to
Stark
like
Tech.
do something, I don't know. I like
Uh,
how there's a single
It's
sentence.
like
The
it's
death of Tony Stark will factor into the series. No shit.
yeah. It's almost like owning a bunch of really powerful technology and being rich and then dying is a bad thing.
Mm,
You know, it's like having no one to actually know he's got his daughter, but she's not really of an age to kind of take the family name on yet, unless she's
mm.
a genius, which is possible because Tony is a genius.
Well, she's like, no, hang on. I was gonna say she's like 3 years older now, but never mind, she's not. I forgot that she was born after the rapture of sorts.
Okay, the Rapture.
I think we're gonna have to end it here. One, because it's been an hour
Yeah,
and 20 minutes, and two, because my mum's home, and
that's fair
I
enough.
wanna
That's a
have
good
my
yeah.
dinner.
Yeah, we know you pathetic listeners have such a short attention span. It's not like obviously. I mean, like we can't listen for much more than an hour and 20 minutes. Like, what am I? Who are we
Yeah.
kidding? I
All
mean, of
right.
course,
So
we're also people in this 21st century, but anyway,
yeah. So that was the end of the second episode of the Unclubbable podcast. We are not so sociable, and we will see you next time.
peace out.